Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Beauty Pop Podcast. I'm Victoria.
And I'm Jen.
And today we're going to talk about some of our new favorite beauty gadgets, which may not seem like an actual category, but when you hear what we're going to talk about, you might get what we're picking. You'll pick up what we're putting down.
What we're throwing down. Yeah. I know.
So, first of all, this is Jen's birthday week. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm wearing my birthday pink for you today.
You look fabulous in your pink with your new shorter hair that looks gorgeous.
It's crazy.
You've got these killer white blonde highlights. I mean, you are just representing your birthday week.
Very windy again here, I'm noticing. As we sit down and I start looking in the camera and I'm like, gosh, it's always the flyaways. It's not till I sit down with you where I start to notice them.
Well, I have no makeup on at all, so I never even bother, and my hair is a mess, so I don't even bother.
And
you're the glam one.
I got birthday nails.
Oh, pink glittery nails.
And I did the hard gel extensions, and I'm loving them, actually.
Did you do a tip?
It fills up it does the whole nail, basically, and they cure it with a UV light. And
so it's like a whole acrylic?
It's a whole acrylic without anything over it. So it's it's almost like a press-on nail. Think press-on nail, but cured with UV. And so far, they've been really good. I got kind of this sort of pinky rose gold kind of color.
Pretty. Yeah.
And it's weird to have my long nails back again. So I'm excited about it.
So do you have to get them filled in, or?
You can get them filled in. And so they're supposed to last 3 weeks. So every 3 weeks you can get a fill. Yeah.
Tomorrow I've got a fill. And tomorrow, since we talked about this on our last episode about the gel manicure thing, I am specifically, I left a note for myself in the bathroom that before I leave to go get my manicure, I'm putting sunscreen all over my hands.
Yep. I thought about that because
even just the aging part of it isn't worth it.
It's not. And as I was looking at this, one thing that's interesting about this Gel X extension is that they actually use these little round UV lights. So instead of putting your whole hand in, they cure each nail as you go.
Oh. And you're only in there probably for 30 seconds?
It's about,
20, 30 seconds?
Very quick. Because as they're curing one, they're kind of working on another. I've never had these before, but I actually like them. It feels really weird to have long nails. I think I'm going to cut them down the next. And these were the short ones, by the way. I'm like, who the heck can walk around
hold your hand up 1 sec. Let me see the other side of your hand. Okay, yeah. So if you go from nothing to that, that's see what I'm used to now. It's like the same kind of thing. Yeah. But it takes a while to get used to.
And these are the short ones. So I thought to myself, I need to cut these puppies down next time. But I do like them. And it was fun to have nice long nails for my birthday. So
for sure.
And I feel also like an old lady because I cannot quit a square tip. I just can't. And I know it's not popular anymore. I know I should be doing
it is. It honestly is. They're everywhere. It's square. It's either square tips, which I see on all the influencers, long nails and square, or I'm kind of doing, I guess they call it almond.
Yeah, the almond or the oval, right?
Yeah, so I've got like an ovally almond. I went a little bit more tapered this time, which I like better. I think it's more flattering on my hands. And then
that's the stiletto, right? When stiletto are like the claws, I think, when they do them to a point.
These are not weapons.
No.
These are.
Do you have a point at the end? No, you have a rounder end.
It's a little bit pointed, but it's not crazy.
Yeah.
I don't want the ones that are like I'm going to stab myself. Yeah, right. No, I'm not. I don't want
And then there's
claws.
The coffin, which the coffin looks really good, but I just don't know if they hold up as well. I feel like
What's
they might
the coffin again? I
the
hear
coffin
that term, but
is square, but it kind of like tapers out towards the end.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I get it. Like it's morbid, but yeah, like a coffin.
Like a coffin. Yeah.
Okay.
So it kind of starts out square and then tapers off. So we'll see. But yeah, the nail chronicles continue on this podcast.
I love it. But you know what? I also think it's really interesting that they do the individual curing instead of your whole hand in.
Which is kind of fun.
You funky people in California, you guys are ahead of everything.
I had
stuck
never
in the
done
burbs
this.
and jurs.
I've never done this before, but it was fun to try. And it's so, like I said, it feels really like they still feel really secure. So I guess it works.
That's
Find
great.
out.
That's great. So, birthday week.
Yes.
Fun birthday week. You've got you look like birthday Barbie. You've got the great pink lip gloss, by the way. Loving the lip gloss. You are
I have
every
to go
day
on
of the
a
week
detox.
of this whole week. You can this whole week you're like ready to go out.
I'm ready for a detox is what I'm ready for, because it has been since really literally my birthday was February 6th, the weekend before we celebrated all week long. I've been celebrating, it seems like, and more fun coming. But I want to tell you, I went to Santa Ynez Wine Country. You know, I'm a sommelier if you listen to this podcast. And so we did wine tasting up in Santa Barbara County, and it was so much fun. I had a couple of friends and my family come up, and we had a big group, and we had great dinners, and we had great wine. And the hotel we were staying at, just literally shout out to the Hampton Inns, nothing fancy, but out in Santa Ynez, everything is a little fancy. So they had fire pits outside. So
nice.
Usually I like to stay in an Airbnb or some of the smaller hotels, but because we had a larger group, and you don't want to spend too much money when there's a ton of people coming. So we stayed at the Hampton Inns, and they have these great fire pits where we just hung out at night, had a little wine, coffee, whatever. And it was great. So much fun. Beautiful weather.
And follow Jen at Jennifer Horn Radio, because you can see all her pics from that. They're beautiful. And then you had a botanical garden trip with your mom, which looks gorgeous.
And then on my birthday, I did my morning show, which I do in Los Angeles, and then went and had breakfast with my mom. And we went to Descanso Gardens, which is a botanical garden that's one of my favorite places on earth. I've been going there since I was a baby. I mean, it's ever since I can remember, I've been going to this place. It's actually a place that I always thought that I would get married. It's that beautiful and that special to me. We used to do picnics there, my mom and I, and it was great to go with her because, and I don't think we've ever talked about it here, she had a double hip replacement 2 months ago. Literally 2 months to the day, she walked 1.5 miles with me at the botanical gardens.
Unbelievable. I'm so happy for her.
We didn't do any of the hills. She did. We didn't do any of the hills, but I said, Mom, you just kind of keep the pace. When you're ready to go, we go. And I was like, I kept checking with her. I'm like, you want to go? She's like, nope, let's keep going. And so we checked on her Apple Watch. At the end of it, she did 1.5 miles, which is fabulous.
So great. Oh my gosh.
So good. I could cry. Like, it's just, she's back. And I told her
such a long journey for her.
She's been in so much pain for so long that to actually see her be able to do this. And she went for a massage and a facial. So I'm like, the only thing we need to do, we need to go to the mall, and then we can check all the boxes and you're officially back, baby.
I love it. My mom loves a mall too.
We used to like to go shopping.
My mom does like a power walk in the mall because it's too cold outside here in Jersey. And so like, that's where she goes. She does her power walk in the mall. So
it was a really, really special week. And then lo and behold, I'm just minding my own business. Oh, I worked a little too late the other day and I'm getting ready to leave. And I'm like, oh, this box is for me. And so I open it up and you sent me a gift for my birthday. And I was a little sketched when I opened it up and I saw Paris Hilton. The logo.
I don't know what the box looks like because it didn't come from me. I had it shipped directly to you.
Cardboard, but it's got a big pink Paris Hilton name written out on it. And I went,
is it like a big picture of her on it too?
Well, I was like, oh, this is exciting. So I've got to touch Paris Hilton's box too.
Oh, jeez. I did warn you.
Do we have to clip that out?
No, we're leaving that in. It's fine.
So, yeah.
I did warn you that I had bought you something that I felt like I was going way out on a limb. And I warned you. I didn't give you any hints, but I was like, okay, this, you if you hate this, you can return it.
Right.
But then you actually said that you've always wanted one.
I've always wanted one of these. So I
you never told me that. So I have no clue.
Because it's one of those stupid things where you look and you like, when you see something, you're like, oh, that's really cool. That'd be really fun. But it's the reason I said it was the perfect gift to you, which is what I said. And I meant is that you actually found, you like gift whispered something perfect that I really wanted, but would have never purchased for myself.
This makes me
so
delighted.
In a million years. Because so it's a beauty fridge. If any of you listening have experience with this, please send us an email, beautypoppod@gmail.com. Yeah.
Correct.
And send us an email and let us know, because I've always seen these things. I've always seen them and I've always been curious. And I'm like, kind of fun. And I know like little kids will use them for like string cheese and applesauce in their bedrooms, like to have their own refrigerator. Don't recommend that. I don't know yet. But when I opened it up, I'm like, oh my God, always wanted one. Never would have purchased it. So today, this was literally last night. So today I'm going to go home and hook it up and I'll have a full rundown, but it's legit. It's got a mirrored front.
I feel bad. I had it sent to your office because I figured you'd want it like on your desk or somewhere at, in the office because you're at the office a lot.
No, because you know what I'm going to put in it? I'm putting my eye cream in there.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
really what you're supposed to do, is put all of your products in to cool and like depuff. So that's where all my eye stuff is going to go, and probably whatever moisturizers I'm using at the moment. And it's pretty spacious. Like, it's got a shelf in there, like a real refrigerator. So you've got a top and a bottom layer. And the cutest thing, and I'm so stoked about this, the devil's in the details. On the door, there's actually like a little shelf like you would find on a real refrigerator, like with, you could put sodas or something in it, like a refrigerator, one of those kind of shelves. I have this eye wand that's supposed to depuff your eyes. Totally putting it in that little slot. It'll be perfect. It's got the cold metal roller. It's going to be great.
So that exact tool,
so depuffed.
Okay, so that exact tool is the reason that I got you this gift.
Yeah.
So you're going to laugh how I even how this all, when we were talking about beauty hacks and we were talking about depuffing, was one of the many things we covered. And you said that you keep a roller in your fridge at home.
Yep.
And so that, I was like, yeah, I keep one of those, what do they call it? Gua sha thing, those things,
right.
Those
little
stones or whatever.
Stone things. Yeah.
So I have those in my freezer and I've never used them. So anyway, I assume that you actually probably really do use your roller, and you keep it cold or whatever. So that sort of was a little nugget that just sort of stuck in the back of my head. And then this is so how Instagram gets me. This is all Instagram. So I'm on Instagram and I follow Vanessa Hudgens, right? And so she one day on her stories just showed these kitchen knives and it had Paris Hilton's name on it. And I'm like, Paris Hilton has kitchen knives? So
That's
I click on the link. She linked it. So I click on the link and it's a whole Paris Hilton storefront. She's got pots and pans and kitchen knives and gadgets, like a whole thing. And I've seen her show Cooking with Paris, and I mean, she can't cook. No joke. She, like, Kim Kardashian had to teach her how to make a grilled cheese. Like, yeah, it was bad.
Cookware?
So I'm like, exactly. So then I scroll further down and I see the cosmetics fridge. And I was like, that's an interesting little thing. I've never seen a cosmetics fridge outside of a dermatologist's office. I don't know anyone in real life who has one, but as soon as I started reading about it, the front door is mirrored and has an LED light. So if it's like sitting on your desk at work, you can actually check your makeup. You can check your makeup. Like it's a mirror with like a makeup light on the front. And so like it has all these little things. And I was like, okay, so maybe this would just be hilarious for me to get a pink one for Jen and have it sit on her desk. And like, maybe she'll keep like a mini bottle of water in it, or she might keep like all of her moisturizers or whatever.
Yeah.
And because most moisturizers and eye creams, especially, all of your products really do last longer when they're refrigerated. And they stay more effective much longer, which is something I've known, but, I don't have a refrigerator in my bathroom, so like I don't have that kind of bathroom. No one's going to go back and
forth. Right. And that's the thing. Like, even though, believe me, I'm not living in a mansion, but if I'm going to be getting ready in the morning or going to bed at night, I'm not going to go back and forth and put stuff in and out of the refrigerator.
No one would.
This is perfect. No. And I'm
so happy you love it.
And I've actually even got a place, because I've been eyeballing this little piece of furniture that I want for my bathroom. It's kind of just like a halvesy little shelf with the topper on it. Be perfect. So I've got to get that, put the refrigerator on. It's going to be great. Perfect.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Thank you, Vanessa Hudgens, because you're the one who started all of this.
Yep.
I had no idea that a cosmetics fridge for a regular person even existed. Way to go,
I'm
Paris Hilton.
About it.
One thing I will say about the Paris Hilton storefront, I don't know about the pots and pans, and the knives are like $29. I really like to cook at home, and I have like, chef knives and stuff. So I wouldn't necessarily go down the cookware route. But if you are a French press coffee drinker, which to me is the only way coffee should be consumed or made, is through a French press. She has the most beautiful French press with it's got this gold sleeve on it with like hearts, like embossed on. It is really beautiful. Like, she actually has a lot of stuff that you could see her actually using. You could see her with a cosmetics fridge. She would actually use that. She would use the French press. Like, there are little things in her storefront that I was really impressed by. So I'm happy you like it. I love it. I hope it works out. You've got to post a picture when it's all set up.
I will hook it up and I will get it ready to go this weekend, and I will send you a picture. It's going to be great.
I love it. And so you have so that's one of that's your newest gadget. You have another beauty gadget that you want to share with us this week.
Yeah, this one is it's so embarrassing. So I got Christmas gifts last year. And a few of them I just never took out of the box, and I had them stacked in my closet. And I think I told you guys during the Christmas break, I took the week between Christmas and New Year's and I cleaned the heck out of my office and the closet and just got rid of a lot of stuff. And it felt really good to get kind of a fresh start. And I realized, I was like, oh, shoot, like people gave me these Christmas gifts. Like it was really from my parents, actually, a couple of gifts from them that I just forgotten about, never unpacked. And one of them was this beauty mirror. And so it's funny that Paris Hilton has the same kind of deal on the refrigerator. I might not even need both at this point, but the mirror,
I looked at, keep that one in the office with you.
Well, so this sounds really weird.
Because you're on camera a lot. That's
yes,
the other thing.
So that's where I'm going, is that I do a lot of stuff on camera. Now it seems like even podcasts, now everybody wants video. Mm-hmm. And so, which is really annoying, by the way, people. Can we not just listen to people's voices? Because that means I have to do my makeup and I have to do my hair every day. Not that I don't, but So this mirror that I got is from Vesaur, Vesaur. Never even heard of that brand before.
Me neither.
It's from Amazon. And actually right now, if you check it out, I don't know how long this will last. It's at 10% off. They have one of those coupons. It's $75 for this mirror, but I have to tell you, it's a really, really cool mirror. I'm going to show you the picture, Victoria, and I'll try to describe it. That's
like the kind of, it's on a stand that you pedestal, would find on a pedestal. Yeah. So that's the kind that's in fancy hotel bathrooms.
Totally the vibe. So fancy hotel bathrooms. Now, I keep it on the one-time reflection because like in a hotel,
those are also the scariest things and the most torturous devices that I know a man invented that. Because as soon as you get in there, as soon as you get in there, it's like, look out. I mean, I have friends who have done permanent damage to their face picking and so you have to be careful with them.
Any way to make me into an agoraphobic, it would be if I had to look if I spend too much time in that mirror. I'd never leave the house because I would be too busy scrutinizing everything. Mm-hmm. So, but it is helpful if you have like especially as we're all getting a little older and our eyes aren't working as well, does help if you've got like wayward hairs and stuff. I do use that side occasionally, but I always flip it up.
It's probably also really good if you want to do like a liquid eyeliner and you need real precision with it. Yeah.
Yep, for sure. And, any of the plucking and stuff, it's good. It really is good for that. But it's on a pedestal and the pedestal goes up and down. So
I love that.
Me too.
Because they never adjust
the height. Right.
They never adjust. Yeah.
So this one goes up and down. And then it also has 3 different settings. It's got like a ring light around the outside of the round part of the mirror. And you can touch the dial and change it between warm light, cool light, and natural light. And then you can adjust the brightness. So typically what I will do on days that I have to do camera, if I know that I'm doing camera, is I will turn the white light on and I will crank the light all the way up. So because it'll
mimic what a studio light looks like. So yeah.
Because everything I tell you guys is truly what I do as part of my routine. And I use a lot of shimmer products. I use a lot of shine. I am not a matte girl. I like to have a little reflection going on. I think it's prettier. I think it's more attractive. At least on me, it's what I prefer. But what I've learned is that when I come into a studio sometimes, especially if I'm wearing a darker color and then have the shine on my face, I look whiter than white. It's like just the life comes out of my skin and it makes me look shadowy and weird. And it's so bizarre. So this light has helped me prepare for that. So on the days that I know I'm doing camera and I want to spend a little extra time on my makeup, I hit it to that brightness so I can at least not
helps
just
you probably
do my normal,
with like some contour, right?
Totally.
Like
and I can
shading.
Actually see what it's going to look like on camera, because I can think I look great leaving the house. And then I sit down and it's like,
I mean, we've all, and you know what, like we've all been there, right?
Yeah.
You leave the house and you think you look okay. And then you take like a family, holiday picture and you look like Casper the Friendly Date. And you're like, what happened? What happened between the bathroom and the car ride? Like what happened?
And you'll see this on reality TV all the time. I've noticed so many girls on reality TV start to look yellow because the lights for TV are so different. And and if they have a darker skin tone and then their makeup's wrong, it looks yellow. If you're white and you have too weird makeup on, you can like sucks your soul out. So it's just a good thing to have. And it kind of is like a little sentimental product for me, because this one is definitely more hip and works better. But this always makes me think back to when I was a little girl watching my mom put her makeup on, and she had one of those 3-fold mirrors.
Yes.
That had like office, home, outdoor, and you were able
those
to
things
like
are, I think they still make a version of that. Yeah.
They do.
And then you just flip the little, you like toggle the little thing over to like whatever setting you need.
And it would go kick, kick. Yep. And it would turn like peach or green, or it would have like that white glow.
I'm not sure how effective it was, but yeah.
I don't know either, but I remember
would trust
as a kid
what you have
loving
now.
it. Right. So it's got the adjustable height, it's got the magnifying and the regular mirror, and then it's got the 3 light settings and then a brightness adjuster. So again, you can do any level of brightness that you want.
I think I need one of these.
It's really good. And the one that I have is about $70, but I looked on Amazon. They have them for like $39. You don't have to
same brand.
Different brand, but
okay.
I'm sure they're all pretty much the same. I just happened to look up
where
the one
you
that
lose.
I got.
If you go too cheap, you're going to lose the light quality.
That's
so
right.
If you really are using it for the purpose that you are, which is important because you're going to be on camera, you need to have the light that's actually going to be, indicative of what you're going to walk into in a studio setting. So yes, for maybe like my mom walking around just as a regular person, maybe a $30 one would be okay. But I think I would probably spring for the more expensive one because that's what throws me off all the time. And when you have a lot of hyperpigmentation, which I do, I really want the expert lighting to help guide me.
And a lot of times I notice
because my husband's eyes are not enough. And you always ask your spouse, right? You're always like, does my makeup look okay? And he just looks at me. He's like, yeah, you look the same. I'm like, no, this was 2 hours. I can't look the same. It's impossible that I look the same. It's 2 hours of makeup.
And I've noticed too that if I'm doing my makeup really fast, because a lot of times I'm leaving the house in the morning and I'm just going through my routine, and there'll be days where I can walk around, and until I get in my car in full sunlight, I'm like, oh, I didn't blend that bronzer so well. There's like a stripe. Yep. So I don't use this mirror every single day, but on days where I know I'm going to be in front of a camera or for something, it really is. It's helpful. It's a game changer. And at the same time, you can use it for plucking and grooming and all that stuff if you need that magnification. So I like it a lot. I'm a fan.
We're going to link that to our Instagram at BeautyPopPod because I want to buy that for myself.
We'll do it.
Yeah, I think that is that's a fantastic one. So between that and the cosmetic fridge, right? I think that you're good to go with illumination.
I'm lit and loaded, baby.
Lit and loaded. Whoo, I like it.
And you're moist. So, you've got the humidifier going here.
Well, so we've been talking about, dry air. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in New Jersey. The air is just insanely dry. Our dogs have dry skin. I mean, we're all about humidifiers now. So we've got one running in the living room 24/7. It's a cool mist. It's supposed to be a little bit healthier than the hot water, that builds a lot of bacteria and junk. So we've got that running in the living room full time. And our bedroom, we close the door at night. And I bought these little things from Amazon. It's a 2-pack for like $11. I highly recommend it. And it's just a little battery operated little screen, and it tells you the room temperature and the humidity level. Little digital thing. It's really great. So we knew in the living room, we were at like 30% humidity. In the bedroom, we were at like 35%. Horrible. Like no one should be living in less than 40 to 50% humidity, like at the minimum. So I started Googling a couple months ago. I didn't pull the trigger until a couple weeks ago, but I started Googling like best humidifiers 2022 or whatever's ended last year. And all these beauty blogs popped up, which I wasn't expecting. I mean, I know obviously humidity is great for your skin and all this, but I think it was Allure and In Style, like all the big ones had their own lists of the different type. Poosh, Kourtney Kardashian's Poosh had a whole list of the best, the different types of humidifiers for whatever circumstance, you might be facing. So I needed clean air, and I didn't want to deal with, bacteria because, you and I both have asthma. I'm very susceptible to mold spores more than anything else. That's what really affects my lungs. So I found Canopy, which is this little humidifier. It's tiny. It's really small. It fits right on our nightstand, and it is so powerful. It doesn't blow out a mist of like vapor. What it does, it sucks the air in the room in. It cleans it with it basically has a HEPA paper filter. So it cleans the air. The water that you add in the tank, which lasts for several days at a time. You don't even need to use distilled water. You can use regular tap water because the water itself doesn't get expelled into the room. So it doesn't matter what the quality is, but it gets filtered through a UV light. and then basically just an air stream comes up, and that's it. And
oh, wow.
we went from 35% humidity to we're at now 62% humidity. It has it runs on an auto setting so that as soon as you turn the lights out, it pumps up at night. Like, so it gives you more humidity at night. And if like, because we keep the lights off in the bedroom if we wander in and out. And it's funny because like I'll turn the lights on and I hear it like shut down because it thinks it's like daytime, like it's very smart. And the cool thing is it's $125. They have lots of different sales. It's normally $150, but they have coupons and all kinds of sales running. So I paid $125. All of the parts that are not, except for the main base that plugs in, obviously, all the other parts detach and go in the dishwasher.
Oh my gosh.
Game changer. I'm telling you, like, we're breathing better at night.
Yeah.
Both of our skin, I've noticed a difference already in just because you know how I said I was like late stages of mummification just a few weeks ago? That's gone now. So
you were like King Tut, I think, right?
Oh, totally. Wrap me up and send me on a tour of museums around the world. That's about what I was at. This thing honestly is a game changer, and the overall size of it, it's quiet. With the auto setting at night, there's no light that keeps you awake. I mean, it's because we sleep like vampires, so we need everything really dark. I get why it's on every beauty list. They even have, like, if you go onto the site, it's called getcanopy.com. If you go onto the site, it even has like people who have taken like a skin challenge. So like they take a picture of what their skin looked like before and after 30 nights of sleeping with it or just living with it. It does 500 square feet. So depending on what size your house is or apartment or whatever. But 500 square feet for a tiny thing like this is really good. And the water stays in there 18 to 36 hours, depending on how high you run it. So it's absolute game changer. It's technically an Instagram find, sort of, because
I love this though.
I started seeing them everywhere, and I'm like, all right, I need to pull the trigger. I've got to get it.
See, I like the fact that it's small. It uses regular water, and you can do it in the dishwasher. Because my fear with humidifiers is always these big beasts. Because I actually have one, but I never use it because, in fact, I gave it to my friends who have a baby when he was sick. Because I thought, I'm not going to do this. This is just too big. Yeah. So I love that it's small and manageable because especially in your bedroom, you don't want some big kind of bulky thing sitting around.
Also, we live right on the beach. So we already have some mold issues, not in our apartment or anything, but like, you can see where mildew will start to gather on the sides of the buildings, just from the salt air and just living in a lot of humidity outside. So it's really nice to not have to deal with all kinds of mildew and stuff blowing around and mold spores. That stuff can stick to a wall and grow. Yeah. Like that's the danger, really. A lot of times, especially if you don't clean a humidifier enough, you're doing more harm than good. So you might as well get rid of it. And I love the fact that it's no mess. It's fantastic. It comes in a bunch of colors, which is important to me.
What did you get?
I got the one it's white and it has a light pink.
Oh, nice.
I know Lewis doesn't care, but we have little light pink accents in the bedroom. So everything is all gray and white with little light pink accents. So it actually matches the little velour or the little velvet bench that I have. Like it matches all that, but it comes in a gazillion colors. And the cool thing is right now they're doing a special that this is not an ad or anything, as we know. But right now they're doing a special where Laneige, that the skincare brand, Laneige. Well, they have a partnership with them. I got a free jar of a sleep mask, which is actually really nice. And they give you 4 different scents of like aromatherapy drops. Yeah. And they give you these little tiles that are like made of soapstone. So you pour a couple drops on the soapstone and there's a little divot on the top of the humidifier that you place the little stone. So as you're getting all this lovely clean air, I have lavender scent just diffusing through the bedroom.
That's absolutely awesome. That's so cool.
And the paper filter that collects all of the dirt and the grime and everything. So you change the paper filter once a month. I think it's like $8 or something. It's very reasonable. I'm telling you, this was one of the best purchases I've ever made. And especially since we're talking about beauty gadgets, you can't go wrong with humidity. I know you hate humidity.
I hate it.
As an LA girl.
But I'm thinking it might actually help me sleep because I hate humidity, but I also hate the fact that I'm like dry. We get a lot of sinus
stuff.
Yeah.
The sinus congestion, it's gone.
I've been suffering since December. I mean, it's still, even I just did a full round of antibiotics and I'm still, you know, making all these terrible noises. So,
and this also, that paper filter, it's not HEPA, but you know, it's something along those lines. That actually, it got rated as the cleanest air from a humidifier. So it's just really good, clean air that you're breathing in. Plus it's been, you know, humidified. So, and to have the little, you know, sometimes it's kind of hard to tell, like, is this really working or is this in my mind? But to have that little digital thermometer and the humidity, whatever,
to actually read it.
It's not the barometer, but whatever the humidity little thing is called. But to have that and to see that we've gone up 30%.
That's pretty good. So it's working.
$125, it's worth it.
Yeah. And just because you said it might be in your mind, you know, that's half the battle, by the way. I swear that's the deal with half the medications we take. It's just all in your mind. It makes you 100%. Feel better. Yep. Yeah. So if the humidifier makes you feel better, God love it. Let's do it.
But I like evidence. I'm a Capricorn. I like proof. I like evidence. I like, you know, I need
and
receipts.
I'm an Aquarian. If it makes you feel good and brings you peace, it's fine.
Right. Yes, that's true. So, but so I think those are 3 good gadgets. And
I love it.
We'll post everything on our Instagram. And I know I've been like totally lacking on that lately, but we will post the links to all these products because these are really fun. And you have to definitely give us an update on the cosmetics fridge.
I'm doing it. Next week we'll have one.
Because I literally was like, you know, worst case scenario, she can put snacks in it. Like some celery sticks,
that's when
carrots,
we're gonna have problems
whatever.
if I've got string cheese in there in the middle of the night and all of a sudden you'll hear
I was hoping at the very least it would just be a useful addition, but so that's
maybe
great.
Little bottles of Baileys for a nightcap. No, I'm just kidding.
It's still the season. Baileys in the winter.
Still the season. There you go.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of Beauty Pop. And like I said, we'll post everything on our Instagram page at Beauty Pop Pod. Send us an email, beautypoppod@gmail.com, at Jennifer Horn Radio. I am on air Victoria. And we'll talk to you guys next week.